All right, what's going on? Welcome back. We are road to nationals-ing still. We're in week 2 now. Feeling it, feeling the fatigue, but honestly kind of stoked and happy to be able to have pushed hard enough last week that I feel limited this week. I'm having to pull back a little bit because I was able to do enough hard training that my body's like, whoa. And it's not from an injury or pain standpoint. It's just like, yeah, my muscles and system are fatigued. And it's been a while since I've been able to, push hard enough to produce that kind of a stimulus and that kind of an effect. So that feels good. Feels good to just kind of come in and lift and be able to be capable and comfortable-ish for the most part. So yeah. We're gonna go through some deadlifts. We're gonna work up to a little single, hit some back offs. We're gonna do some bench volume. We're gonna bench against bands. And then I think after that, we're gonna do a little bit of rows. So let's get it, as the kids say.
We had a long night, but it was all right. I took 2 broken blades into a fist fight.
She doesn't mind. And Bronson, you don't need to hide under me because River's excited. Go lay down, buddy. Go on. You're fine. You may have noticed I'm not throwing around a whole lot of weight on the deadlift right now. For a guy who pulls 375 plus, pulling 310 for a single, kind of submaximal. And what the hell was that? The roof's falling apart. I'm really trying to progress this block with the intent being increasing work capacity, right? There's a lot of these sessions that have a number more sets than I'm used to and more overall work, a higher number of exposures to the comp lifts throughout the week. And a lot of times those comp lift exposures are paired with, as you'll see on the bench here, accessory movements. So I'm getting in like a base amount of volume on the comp bench before I do my banded bench here. And I really can kind of, get on board with the concept of increasing my work capacity. It was one of the things that I think took the biggest hit over the last number of years, being constantly injured. It was catering to my injuries and my pain and stuff like that. I wasn't able to actually get up to the amount of work where I would start running into like actual fatigue and recovery issues. Now you could probably argue, and maybe pretty correctly, that the injuries and pain are a symptom of, perhaps overdoing the workload. But I think after a period of time when they've become the kind of chronic injuries that I dealt with, it becomes a bit of a different beast, right? The initial incidence of them, sure, probably an issue with, maybe pushing it a little too hard, but anyways, I'm jabbering on now. Deadlifts feel really good right now. They feel like I'm able to get into a very consistent position rep to rep. I'm able to sit my hips down a little more and a little more consistently than I used to. Coming off of, and I hate that I sit here and just talk about my injuries and stuff, but at least I'm able to talk about them as a sort of reflection on why it feels so good to lift now So I think that's meaningful. That's a thing for sure. But, you know, I used to have to kind of gauge how much I could actually sit into my quads based on how my knee responded on the day. And now it seems like I can get to about the same position and kind of really, you know, pull my way into my quads at the bottom pretty much every rep. I think I mentioned this last time, but it seems like the days where my knees bug me the most are after a day off. So when I'm moving more, when I'm training and straining and, you know, doing the thing, it seems like those are my most pain-free days. And, you know, the other upside is that the pain is really only, you know, at most like a 2 or 3 out of 10 when it's bad right now. So really pretty happy to be in the gym, really happy to be able to do the thing and train and put my effort in. And I'm excited to see what I can get out of it and get out of pushing harder and working harder and doing more work and being less limited. It's really exciting. All right, we're gonna do some non-comp, comp bench. Another big thing to mention right now, for those of you tuning in, is we have some new apparel here. Dig it? We got some new shorts coming out. They are a little shorter and a little wider in the hip. We're trying to accommodate more people's physiques with the shorts. They're also double lined because we had some people say that the other ones were a bit sheer, a bit see-through, which, you know, we take those kinds of criticisms to heart and we try to improve the product, right? So yeah, we got shorts, we got shirts, we got fanny packs and socks and deadlift socks. All that stuff's gonna be coming out right away here. And we also have our big app anniversary sale. So we're gonna be putting the app on sale. We're gonna be doing a big giveaway publicly. And then we're gonna be doing a contest within the app for the app members where we're gonna give away some real cool stuff from Bells of Steel and Inner Strength. So if you've been thinking about hopping on the Calgary Barbell app, getting access to a whole bunch of awesome coaching and regular weekly technique reviews from myself and Danny and Taylor, 3 incredibly qualified coaches with differing viewpoints. And I think that's a valuable thing, you know, and that's why we like having a bunch of different people on Form Check Friday, is to get a little bit of a difference in looking at things. So anyways, that's gonna be going on a big sale this May, as well as we're launching the apparel this May. It's gonna be very exciting. There's a lot happening. And these shorts are very nice. I'm really liking them. The tees are, we also have a comp shirt actually. So we got a comp shirt that's gonna be a bit of a tighter fit. Be the same shirt I wore at Nationals, at Western Ats. And then we have the lifestyle tees. We have meat tees in women's sizes as well. Anyways, I could go on, but stay tuned. All that stuff's coming up right away. You're on my bench. Excuse me, sir. The good thing about having really really frequent comp practice, especially when the volume and, well, the intensity rather, is almost negligible, is the fact that it really gives you a chance to reinforce your technique and ensure that, you know, you're pausing all your benches and you're doing all your squats to depth and locking out all your deadlifts, all that kind of stuff that sometimes when we're doing higher intensity stuff, maybe it gets a little iffy. I also like that it just mixes things up a little bit. It's like I get to do, instead of just 4 sets of one exercise, I do 2 sets of comp bench and 2 sets of bench versus bands. So in some ways that can be a little more interesting. Kind of change things up a little, I don't know. So last time I did this exercise, I actually missed a rep.
What exercise?
This is benching versus bands. So it's just comp grip. I like to try and comp pause as much as I can, even on the high rep stuff. But we've had a few bands go recently, so I had to switch bands. And it's taken some getting used to just how much more these bands add. It's probably 7 to 10 kilo difference. And yeah, it turns out when you step up the band tension a bunch, you probably can't do the same weight you used to do for sets of 8 with much lighter bands. PSA. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. I think the set that I missed was like 127. And then I came down to like 115, and then that was like way too light. So we'll see. We gotta try to hit this for 8 out of 9. Prepare to jump in if I start dying. Actually, I do have a safety set because I'm not a dummy. Probably a little undershot even. That's okay though. So now we're gonna drop a rep off there, aiming for 7 out of 7. 7 at 7 to 8, I would say. For the uninitiated, that would be 7 reps at a 7 to 8 RPE. Whew, I think we got there. Really trying to use a lot of my accessories right now as just like good movement, not worrying quite as much about the intensity. And I think that kind of goes hand in hand with how hard I'm pushing a lot of the other lifts right now. Whereas in a lot of other blocks, when I'm only doing, you know, a couple sets of squats a week, I'm much more likely to like go super hard on accessories. So as much as I agree with, you know, guys like David Wilson who are often really kind of preaching the gospel of pushing your accessories hard, and I think that's very useful and probably something that most people need to be doing. I don't necessarily think that you can always go really hard in everything. And I think especially if you're trying to really cultivate a certain quality, like I was talking about earlier with pushing my work capacity up. I think once my work capacity is up, you know, in another block or two, if I were to do this level of work on my main lifts, be able to push accessories harder. But I think pushing accessories really hard right now, plus making a huge push in volume, probably not super sustainable. And, you know, I'm gonna put the attention and intent in, as Dan John would say, keeping the goal the goal. So yeah, these are a little light, a little sandbagged. And so is the banded bench, but man, these shorts are nice. I love that it's like, what is it? It's direct to garment or whatever. It's like, it's not a print. That's never gonna wear off. I can scratch at it all day. That is the material. And the print actually came out really clean. It's pretty intricate. It's like that red dragon from the back of our, well, it might even be on this shirt. I don't know what I'm wearing, but it looks good.
Stop shilling.
Never, never. Please, please buy our stuff. We really want you to buy our stuff. We got support codes for Bells of Steel, SPD. Who else? Rep 1. Help us out, hook us up. Be a G. Support us. We don't have a Patreon or anything. Maybe we do that at some point, but I feel like if we're gonna do that, we have to offer something more and special for that. We don't have a whole lot of time to make more stuff. But yes, I will continue to shill for Calgary Barbell all day, every day. It's my baby. Be 10 years this year. That's a big deal. 10 years of Calgary Barbell this year. That's substantial. That's meaningful. I'm pretty proud of that. You know? And we got this place. That's pretty dope. You know? Started from the bottom, now we're here, I believe, is the saying. Anyways, like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you think of whatever. I don't know, just say hi. Tell Dylan he's handsome and that you saw him in the mirror in one of his shots. And it'll wreck his day because he'll have to comb through and figure out where you saw him or something. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. We'll be back with some more of Liggity vlogs on our way into nationals next week. Bye.